Alright guys, let's go over the independent practice. I asked you to do page 93, 94. I asked you to do 1 through 13 odd, and then number 14. Alright, so be ready. Here we go. The answer is going to be a little long. Number 1, the answer is 1/2. Number 3, the answer is 33 hundredths. Number 5 is 385 thousandths. Number 7 is 16 hundredths. Now for 9, we have 3 planets. Mercury, 87.96, or 96 hundredths. Venus, 224 and 7/10. Mars, 686 and 98 hundredths. Alright, 11 has 3 parts. Part A. Meat is 7/20, vegetable is 3/20, sauce is 1/20, and bread is 1/20. B is 1/5 pound. C is 3/5 pounds. And we move on to 13th, excuse me. The answer is various, and I'll explain that in just a moment when we get there. Excuse me. And the mistake with number 14 is she used the wrong place value. I'll explain that one as well. Alright, let's get to it. It shouldn't take this long. I am going to go kind of fast. So, just bear with me, man. You can do this, guys. You can keep up. I know you can. Alright, number 1. Oh, there goes that. So here when that happens, you sharpen it, you're ready to go, and the lead breaks right away. Alright, for 1 and 3, you have to change the decimal number into a fraction in simplest form. Alright, number 1, we have 0.5. Beautiful. Alright, 0.5, or 0 and 5/10. It's in the name. 5/10, one place value. I can simplify, I can divide by 5. Boom, done. 3. 33 hundredths, it's in the name as well. 33, denominator, fraction bar, tenths, hundredths. Unfortunately, I can't simplify that, so it stays how it is. Alright, number 5. Number 5. Okay. For number 5 and 7, change the fraction to a decimal number, if possible. Well, here we go. Okay, number 5 is one of those problems where you have to just take a moment and step back. Now, I said before, you can divide the numerator by denominator. 77 divided by 200, but I don't want to do that. I mean, I can, but I'd rather not do that. Let me think this through. Let's see if I can think of a quicker solution. Okay, I could scale down to 100 if I divide by 2, but then 77 divided by 2 is going to give me some decimal number 33 point blah, 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 blah. That's not going to work. So, I mean, it can work, but no. No. Let's see if I can make this even easier for myself. All right. We're going to use equivalent fractions. That's still true. I can't use 10. I can't scale up to 10. I can't scale up to 100. What about 1,000? Will that work? Yeah, I think so. All right, let's do this. How many times does 200 go into 1,000? How many times does 2 go into 10? 5. Right? And that should take care of it. And then we do the same thing here. 77 times 5. I want to say it's 385. I mean, do the math if you don't believe me. Okay. So, 385 thousandths. There's no whole number, so definitely 0. 1, 2, 3. 3 place values. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. And I just write the top number, which is the numerator, and we're done. There it is. Easy peasy. But again, here's the thing. It's only easy if you take the time to think it through. Play with the numbers. You saw that if I divided it, it would have been a little work for me, more work than I would have wanted. You also saw that if I tried to divide 77 by 200, it would have been a big mess. I mean, doable, but no. All right, number 7. 1275. Oh, okay, again, one of those situations where I'm going to make an equivalent fraction. 10 doesn't work. 100 doesn't work. 1,000? No, that's just going too far. All right, and I don't want to divide 12 by 75. And, you know, if you remember way back, and I said it in the notes too, but even way back in August and September, I said, when all else fails, See if you can simplify. Just simplify it. See what happens. It might make everything much easier. Oh, look at that. I can change it to 4/25. It's an equivalent fraction. Now I can say I can scale up to 100 easily. Times 4. Times 4. 1600ths. 0 and 1600ths. Tenths, hundreds. Tenths, hundreds. Done. And again, it's not because I'm smarter. I'm working hard. I'm thinking it through. And you've seen me make mistakes even after I think it through. That's okay. Just erase it and do it again. Number 9. All right, we have 3 planets. Mercury orbits the Sun in 87, 24, 25th Earth days. Venus orbits the Sun in 224 and 7/10 Earth day. And Mars orbits the Sun in 1686, 49, 50th of a day. Write each mixed number as a decimal. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Mercury. Mercury. 87 and 24 25ths. Okay, you already know the mixed number. With a mixed number, the whole number is going to stay the same. You already know that. So 87 point something. So let's work on this. Oh, that's a little sloppy. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to scale it up to 100. That's a power of 10. It doesn't say multiple of 10. Now see, why am I not saying multiple of 10? Because then if I say multiple of 10, I can use 20, 30, 40, 50. No. You want to work with powers of 10. 25 times 4 times 4. I want to say this is 96. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. Nope, it's right. 87 and 96 hundredths. 86, 96 hundredths. That's Mercury. All right, Venus. Venus. I know how you say it in Spanish, but it sounds like it's Venus. Could be wrong. 224 7/10. Okay, again, the whole number. Just put it to the side somewhere. You're going to need it for later. Add the decimal point just to save a little time a little later. 7/10. Use a power of 10. And actually, it already is using a power of 10. We don't have to do anything to it. 7/10. Boom. It's already there. That was easy. All right. Now see, I was going to go to 100. But then it would have been 70 hundredths. And yeah, it just would have added too many zeros that I don't need to use. So I'll just leave it at that. Done. Now, we do have another planet. Don't we? Use a separate page. We have Mars. Mars. 686. Again, the whole number. Just put it to the side. Don't do anything weird with it. Leave it alone. Let's work with this. All right, 50. I know I can scale it up to a power of 10, which is 100 times 2. Do the same thing there. 98 hundredths. 98 hundredths. Done. All right. 11 has a lot of parts. Let's see if we can do this one by one. Just knock it out of the park here. The table shows the ingredients in Italian sandwich. The table shows the ingredients in an Italian sandwich. Let me just show you the table. We have all these ingredients, right? And I guess we have to change them into fractions. And yes, I know the fractions are on the answer's on the side, and the answer's in the back of the book. But do you know how to do this? All right. For meat, we have 35 hundredths, right? 0.35. That's 35 hundredths. Okay, if I divide by 5, I have 7/20ths. And there's your final answer. All right. Vegetables, I have 0 and 15 hundredths. Okay, same thing. 1500ths. Divide by 5. There's that. Okay, secret sauce. I'm just going to put down sauce. That's fine. Sauce, we have 0.05. Okay. Still 5. 5. Tenths, hundredths, 500ths. Divide by 5. 1/20th. Okay. Now, I have a feeling some of you are going to be a little, I don't know, unnerved by that. It really is 5. 5. That's how you say it. 0.5 is just 5. 5 hundredths. Okay, so don't get worried by that. And then finally we have bread. Same thing. And we've seen this before. I'm just going to go ahead and go right to it. Right? Okay. How much more meat is in the sandwich than vegetables? Write the amount as a fraction in simplest form. How much more meat is in the sandwich than vegetable? All right. Meat, we have 7/20ths. Vegetables, we have 3/20ths. Okay. How much more means we're going to subtract, right? So how much more meat is in the sandwich than vegetables? So the bigger one, since we're taking away from the meat, it's meat minus vegetables. Right? How much more meat is in the sandwich than vegetables? Okay. Now I'm going to write the fractions. Now guys, this is assuming that you know a little bit about fractions. Okay? You can't add or subtract fractions unless they have the same denominator. In this case, you got lucky. They both have 20 as a denominator. They're both saying we have sets of 20. Sets of 20. So you're still talking about sets of 20 even after you subtract. That stays the same. Okay? The only thing you're subtracting now, we have 7 parts minus 3 parts. There's 4 more parts of meat than vegetables, if you can imagine that. So it's 4/20th. But we can simplify this. 1/5. 1/5 of a pound. Final answer. All right. Whew. The last part of it is, for this problem number 11, don't worry guys, we have 2 more problems to go. We're almost done. You're almost there. Keep going on. Keep doing what you got to do. Letter C for 11. What is the total weight of the Italian sandwich? Oh, geez. We're going to just add everything. The meat, the vegetables, the sauce, and the bread. We're going to have to add all of that. All right, so let's see. We have 7/20ths, 3/20ths, 1/20ths, 1/20ths. All right. Just like with the subtraction problem, we're making sets of 20, sets of 20, sets of 20. So the denominator is still going to be 20. You leave that part alone. You add the numerators. 7 plus 3 is 10. Plus 1 is 11, plus 1 is 12. 12/20th of a pound. But as always, you can simplify that, if possible. I can use a factor of 4. That's 3/5 of a pound. All right. Number 13. Okay, this is where it's various. The average length of a ladybug can range from 0.08 to 0.0. Sorry, let me read that again. The average length of a ladybug can range from. Let me write this down. A ladybug can range from 0.08 of an inch to 0.4 inch. Okay. Here's the deal. When you're comparing decimal numbers. They have to have the same number of place values. Here you have 2 place values. Here you have 1. So this stays the same. But here, you're going to have to add a 0. So you have to write 2 decimal numbers. 2 decimal numbers that are in between 8 and 40. So it can go all the way from 0.9. Again, find something in between, including 0.9 all the way to, well, 0.39. Pick anything you want. Anything you want. The only trick is you got to change it into a fraction when you're done. Okay? So I'm going to use 10 and I'm going to use 20. Multiples of 10. Right? Not powers of 10, multiples of 10. So 10 hundredths, 20 hundredths, simplify, have 1/10, simplify, have 1/5. And there we go. So let me explain it again. When you add that 0, you can see that, oh, it's between 0. It's like saying, you know what? Let me put it a different way. I know it says ladybug and length of an inch, but let's talk about money. It's saying you have money, give me an amount of money between 8 cents and 40 cents. Anything in between, from 9 cents all the way to 39 cents. Pick anything you want, but you have to change it to a fraction. Now I just went ahead and picked 10 cents, 20 cents, right? Out of a dollar, 20 hundredths, 10 hundredths, and I just simplified it. There we go. You can pick anything you want. You could have picked a prime number, 13 hundredths, and just left it at that. If you know your prime numbers, just pick 2 prime numbers in between 0 and 40, or sorry, between 9 and 40, and you're good. But I'll let you decide about that. By the way, I just realized I made a mistake here. Decimal point should be 0. Sorry, 0.09. There you go. Okay? And that's it for 13. All right. Number 18, and then we're done. Lucky you guys. You guys are probably dying already. May is writing 4.28 as a mixed number. Find her mistake and correct it. All right. So here's 4.28. She wants to change it to a mixed number. So what she did was she said, oh, it's the same as 4 and 28 thousandths. And then she simplified and got 4 and 7 to 50. Okay, that's wrong. This is actually 4 and tenths, hundredths, 28 hundredths. Okay? You can still divide by 4, but now you have 7 25ths. The final answer is 4 and 7 25ths. So, yeah, that's all she did. She goofed up. She used the wrong denominator, right? She used the wrong power of 10 as the denominator. Should have been 100, not 1,000. And that, my friends, is the independent practice.